Collecting data from a variety of sources helps business identify trends that may indicate a potential security attack or breach. Security vulnerabilities found in applications, systems, or networks can be exploited to allow unauthorized network access, installation of malicious software, downloading sensitive information, or cause a denial of service. Vulnerability remediation involves identifying and fixing vulnerabilities before they are exploited. This effort reduces the risk of cyber attacks and minimizes the potential impact. Vulnerability remediation also helps business comply with regulatory requirements and standards. Protecting information technology assets and maintaining the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of business systems should be the main focus. Regulatory frameworks call for organizations to maintain a current vulnerability inventory. Security controls must be implemented to mitigate the concerns as needed. Businesses that do not have a reliable risk management program face significant financial, legal, and reputational consequences. Analyzing and prioritizing security risk, applying security patches and controls, and verifying the effectiveness are crucial actions for network security staff. The CISA has outstanding vulnerability remediation recommendations and interim mitigation actions to overcome any potential constraints. Vulnerability remediation is challenging given this decentralization of organizations and their governance processes. Network owners must be aware of who has access to the network internally to the business and from external organizations. In-depth knowledge of the business internet accessible footprint is key to identifying risks and misconfigurations. Patch and configuration management policies and procedures steer the coordination of vulnerability management actions. Vulnerabilities identified by the CISA organization may be related to outdated operating systems that cannot be patched or updated. There are vulnerable legacy systems in a variety of industries that perform mission-critical functions. Many times, the lack of IT funding leads to the presence of at-risk end-of-life systems. CISA recommends the following remediation timelines when planning with business leadership. Critical vulnerabilities should be remediated within 15 days of detection, as these findings are easily exploitable. High-rated vulnerabilities should be remediated within 30 days, as many are well known in the wild. A remediation plan to resolve cyber issues in the organization should be developed if findings may not be fixed within the recommended time allotments. Eliminating detected weaknesses in the network creates value for the cybersecurity team and longevity for the business. The process highlights the discovery, prioritization, remediation, and monitoring of vulnerabilities lurking within the business. The vulnerability remediation process is broken down into 4 key steps: find, prioritize, fix, and monitor. Best practices when planning vulnerability remediation include prioritize vulnerability remediation, set vulnerability remediation timelines, determine the service level objective, develop a vulnerability remediation policy, automate vulnerability remediation, continuous vulnerability remediation, provide compensating controls, and build a vulnerability management program. Vulnerability management tools are used to discover security flaws within on-premise networks and in cloud environments to aid in prioritizing and fixing problems. Securing network systems is not just vulnerability scanning tools. A business vulnerability map with risk scores, asset discovery, and reporting features are essential. Some of the best vulnerability management systems include Tenable Nessus, Microsoft Defender, Rapid7, and Qualys VMDR. Threat protection software provides organizations with the ability to track, monitor, analyze, and set a level of importance for potential problems. Microsoft Defender Vulnerability Management is an ideal product for business using Microsoft systems. Microsoft Security MITRE scores are excellent, and the capability to conduct application blocking is a great benefit. Defender VM integrates with other Microsoft products, including Microsoft Sentinel, to enhance the user experience. Any organization's Windows security infrastructure will strengthen with this solution. It is advised to view recommendations, follow remediation steps, track progress, and export documentation as needed to complete the process. Microsoft Defender Vulnerability Management discovers vulnerabilities and misconfigurations creeping around essential business endpoints. Actionable data helps organizations effectively eliminate threats and vulnerabilities throughout the environment. Security administrators are empowered through the remediation request workflow with proper management steps. Always be aware of any ways to automate remediation or utilize application integrations to make your life easier. To save the organization time and financial resources, highly skilled cybersecurity experts will utilize a dashboard to track issues and mark items as complete once the trained system administrators are able to identify that the issues no longer exist. Microsoft Intune may be included in creating remediation tickets once the vulnerabilities and solutions are clearly documented. Obviously, business security teams will increase security posture by executing remediation recommendations. Submitting a remediation request should initiate a remediation activity within the information technology team. Security tasks are created and tracked with the ability to have remediation ticket generated in Microsoft Intune. Vulnerability remediation may be an exciting career for some to get involved in, and it has a greater salary associated. And for business, you have to protect your assets to ensure the viability and future of your company